Yo, it's HTTP, let me break it down. The protocol king, wearing the crown. Hypertext transfer, you know the drill. Delivering data with a browser's thrill. Started back in 91, Tim Bee-Lee's creation. The World Wide Web's foundation sensation. Request and response, that's the game we play. Packets on the wire going every which way. Get me the goods, post is what you need. Put for the update, delete to succeed. State list vibes, yeah, it don't remember unless you bring cookies or a session ember. HTTP, it's the data stream, making websites run like a dream. From the client to the server, the pipes stay clean. HTTP, it's the cyber king. Port 80 for the OG ride, 443 when TLS applied. Clear text days, they're in the past. HTTPS got security amassed. Headers up front, payload in the back. Content type telling you the pack's exact. 200 OK, that's the vibe we need. 404, oops, can't fulfill that deed. Redirect smooth, 301 or 302. Caching saves time, yeah, it's how we do. From RESTful APIs to WebSocket schemes. HTTP connects your wildest themes. HTTP, it's the data stream, making websites run like a dream. From the client to the server, the pipes stay clean. HTTP, it's the cyber king. URL pass domain in sight. DNS resolves to the IP right. Requests hit the server, responses fly back. Keep alive connections for the non-stop stack. Middleware magic, restful delight. APIs rocking with endpoints tight. Version 1.1, then 2 came through. HTTP 3 now with quick, it's new. So next time you browse, take a little pause. Give it up for HTTP and its cause. It's the silent hero in the background scene, making sure the internet's smooth and clean. HTTP, that's how we be, running this web world eternally free.
Hello. All right, let's put some real music on. Okay, there you go. I should make I might just make a Tiberius Songs channel, to be honest, because that's the thing. Like, getting music on Spotify without actually paying is really annoying. Like, for some reason, Spotify, amazing for podcasting. You can host your podcast with Spotify for absolutely free. And it will also push it to other things. Side note, I have a podcast. Acrossthepondcast.net. I'll put a link in chat, actually. We have a new episode on Friday, episode 4. 3 episodes so far this year. We are releasing one every 2 weeks. You can. Thank you for listening to my podcast last night. How did you enjoy it? You got any feedback? Would love to hear your feedback, Teraflops. But yeah, new episode on Friday, every 2 weeks usually. But so far, every 2 weeks we've hit. So we're good. Next, this week's episode is testing disasters. So the podcast is a mixture. So it's war stories and us ranting, me and my co-host Andy Swift, ranting about the industry. We've done a few episodes. We've done a couple of each now. So this episode is more of a mini war stories. So there are only a few instances where you can turn a complete testing disaster into a proper episode. So in this case, this was just a lot of mini sort of mistakes that me and Andy have made over the years. So if you want to watch, or if you want to listen, I should say, to two veteran pen testers go over a bunch of the things that they screwed up over the years. It's a good episode, it really is. It's actually so good. We wrote all the stuff down that we thought would be fun to talk about in terms of our mistakes, and we only got through half of them, so there will be a follow-up episode at some point this year. But yeah, you can also watch it on YouTube. If you go to acrossthepodcast.net, which I just put in chat, you get links to all of our social medias and the YouTube channels there. So if you want to watch the podcast, you can watch. It is a visual podcast as well. It's just me and Andy speaking, so it's just just me and Andy talking. But yeah. Oh, it's Mamma Mia. Change my username. Don't get confused. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. I do recognize you now. Yeah. So. That was fun, though. I saw Commander Girl was in chat, and then she stopped talking. Oh, you did say post them somewhere. Okay, cool. Yeah, so... You're here listening. Excellent. Yeah, so the music, honestly, getting a podcast on the Spotify is really simple, and they host it for you, and it's really good. They even host the video version for some stupid reason. But... if you want to get music on Spotify, oh my god, is it a process. And if you want to get AI music on Spotify, even more of a process. So, I think I may just start a new YouTube channel. I don't know. And then just, because I have a bunch of really fun songs. Some of them will never see the light of day because they're songs that I just made my friends. SoundCloud, the problem with SoundCloud is if you can only upload 100 minutes worth of music for free, I believe. And then you have to start paying. Everywhere, just you have to start paying. And with YouTube, at least, you don't have to freaking pay. Plus, I could put the videos with the lyrics up. So that's actually another good thing I could do. And then I can sort them into playlists or albums. Because yeah, for some reason I don't know. I find that the AI is pretty good with country music. We got some good country songs. Make one more YouTube channel. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I'll do I'll come up with a fun name for it, but it'll be the music channel, and then just upload the music videos, which should be fun. Cool. How's everyone been? How was everybody's weekend? Got an AI episode coming out on Valentine's Day. Cool. Doing kid here, already used up one of my prizes from the Christmas stream. Excellent. HTTP rap is running all over my mind right now. It's a good rap. I don't care. Lots of people hated it when I posted it on Twitter. A ton of people did not like it. I don't care. The way I write, we've written AI music on stream before. The way I generally do it is I get ChatGPT to write the lyrics, and then I modify the lyrics a bit because ChatGPT honestly does a good job 95% of the lyrics. Occasionally it'll write something that just doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Thank you for following.
And then yeah, so I modify the lyrics and then I feed them into Suno, and then it's a painstaking process of. Suno is great.
Thank you.
Love
for
Suno.
following.
It's honestly. ChatGPT and Suno, it's a battle for the top top AI I use right now. Suno is amazing at what it does. The issue is sometimes it mispronounces words just because they're weird words. It doesn't know how to pronounce. Sometimes if it's like HTTP, right? Sometimes if you got a word that you're supposed to spell out, so an initialism, right? If you got an initialism, sometimes it'll try and say the initialism as if it were a word, which is obviously bad. Sometimes it's, there are words that you can pronounce two different ways. I can't think of one right now, but there are. It's the same word, but it just depends on the context. Why am I blanking on one? Yeah, there we go. Tomato is more of a dialect, right? An accent. But Job and job, I guess. But tear and tear is a very good one. Yeah, tear and tear is a good example there, I think. Job and job is fine as well. It's just Job hardly ever comes up in lyrics anyway. So tear and tear, yeah. So ChatGPT, not ChatGPT, Suno has sometimes has issues knowing what to say, which I guess makes sense because it doesn't understand context. So you have to sort of you would have to spell if you wanted tear, you would probably have to do TEER. You have to spell it that way because it's really good if you give it a word that can only be pronounced one way. Then it's very good at that. Tear, I guess you'd have to do TARE. That's probably how I would do that one. Are there any AI pen testing courses that you could recommend? No. Make a video about Burp Suite tutorial. Yeah, that is on the on my list of things to do. I do have a video coming out on Wednesday. If you don't follow me on social media, by the way, I posted a list of content coming out this week to my socials. I'm on Blue Sky. If you want to follow me on Blue Sky now, Blue Sky is cool. I got a video on Wednesday going over Turbo Intruder and Burp. It's very cool. It's if you use Burp Community Edition and you hate the fact that it's throttled, the Intruder tool is throttled, you can actually use Turbo Intruder. And I've released 3-4 scripts for Turbo Intruder which mimic the way regular Intruder works. So I think it's a pretty good video, to be honest. I hope. Anyway, I don't know. I don't really do any AI pen testing, so I can't recommend. Okay, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do today, chat? Well, we should probably start with some marbles, right? Like we always start with marbles. Let's do some freaking marble racing. All right. I feel like we haven't done marbles in a while, but we probably did do it last week. Race. Why can't I scroll down? There we go. Random map. Not Lovers in the Air. Multi-lane madness? Yeah, why not? Okay, if you don't know how to play this, if you are in the Twitch chat, you can type !play in chat, and then we do a marble race. And the way this works is if you beat the currently is a stream record, which is Agent OP 1 minute 44, top right, and there's a world record 112. If you beat either of these, we do a giveaway. If I win, if one of my mods wins, we do a giveaway. Otherwise, no giveaway. Unfortunately, though, it is only Twitch chat. So, if you aren't watching on Twitch, because I do stream on 4 different platforms. Currently, I'm streaming on LinkedIn, I'm streaming on X, and I'm streaming on YouTube. This, unfortunately, I can't control this, but this is a Twitch-only game, and Twitch is my most dominant platform for streaming. So, if you can get over to Twitch in the next 60 seconds, you can type !play and join the stream and join the race. Otherwise, it's alright. You just have to watch. Is there a hole? There's not a hole in this map. Damn it. Okay. Never mind. Venturing Monday, may I ask a career question? You may. I may pass, though. I'm not a career person. I'm not the best person to ask about career stuff. However, you may be interested. I do have a YouTube channel. And on that YouTube channel, there is a playlist called Getting into Cybersecurity, where I ask far smarter people than myself, how do you get into cybersecurity? Coming from all different angles. So that may be a good place to start. But sure, far away. I will see if I have a good answer.
Thank you for following.
All right, and they're off. Oh my goodness, tucking FIPO's just rocketed down. Almost like the flames was like cheating. Okay, Alexei and tucking FIPO's. I think I don't. Oh, hang on. What the heck is Arduko doing? Okay, Arduko had a massive skip, and I didn't even see it. Oh, but he did get slowed down. Natural Joel, though, and Alexei are all there, catching up. Miss my streams? I have been streaming a bit, I just haven't been streaming at the regular times. This week for work, it's a bit less hectic. So I should be fine. So just FYI, oh, Natural Joel with the skip there. Just FYI, there won't be a Cyber Mentoring Monday next Monday, and that's because I will be flying back from the UK. I'm doing something slightly crazy, which is I'm flying to the UK Thursday night, so I will arrive Friday morning. I am then spending 3 days in the UK and then flying back. Natural Joel winning, unfortunately did not beat the actually beat the stream record. Beat the stream record, so we do get a voucher giveaway. But yes, I'll be flying back Monday afternoon, so I will not be streaming. Sorry. Coming to NullCon? No. Where's NullCon? What? Restream is saying it has to activate chat. What the heck is going on with Restream? Everything seems fine to me. Can people chat still? All right. Well, you did beat the stream record by about 14 seconds. So Natural Joel, that does mean you get a voucher. What voucher do you want? Let me open the voucher Excel spreadsheet. And what about NullCon? What is this NullCon thing? I'm actually going to restart the chat because apparently it's not loading chat for me. Hopefully everyone can still hear me though. I can see Twitch chat on my left, but I usually have a combined chat on my teleprompter. There we go. You can hear. Excellent. Good, good, good. All right. NullCon. Oh, it's in India. No, sorry. I am not coming to India anytime soon. I do want to go to India. It seems like a beautiful country. I really do want to go to India. I have a lot of Asian countries on my list because I definitely want to go to Japan. I definitely want to go to India. I definitely want to go to Singapore at some point, and probably Hong Kong, to be honest with you. All right. Okay. First things first, though. Natural Joel, are you in chat? And did you specify what voucher you want? Because you can have Hack the Box, Try Hack Me, or Pentest Labs. Okay.
Thank you for following.
Last year, computer science, networking, engineering student. I did last year an internship in cyber defense in a good cybersecurity company, at least in my country. They invited me to come back this year for 4 to 6 month internship. I love working with the team, by the way. The question is, I'm offered a cloud SecOps role after the internship. And I am aiming, after some years of XP, to go for a red team role. Would it be a good entry point in cybersec? Would it be relevant XP for my goal? That's a good question, actually, and I can probably answer that one. So my question would be, here's the thing. experience is really super flexible. The main, once you're in cybersecurity, you can move around quite easily. Okay, but the key thing here is getting stuff on your resume. So if you've already done an internship in cyber defense and you've been invited back for a 4 to 6 month internship, I would definitely do the internship. If it's if it's paid, that's even better. But honestly, I would go for the internship just because it's a thing that you can put on your resume, and the fact that they invited you back. Natural Joe, you say give it to somebody else. Okay, who's second place? Fishbone. Fishbone, are you here? But yes, I would probably take the internship just because it's something that goes on your resume. And there are so many people who have started on the blue team side of things and moved to red team. Try hack me. Excellent. Good choice. Okay. I need to buy some more Try Hack Me. I think this is the second to last one. I'm going to whisper it to you right now. This is a 1 month Try Hack Me voucher. There we go. Whispered to you. Alright. Let's go back to my face. Alright. Yeah. Well, I don't think he said a job offer, did he? That's my thing. He says, I'm after... Question is, I am offered a cloud SecOps role after the internship, and I'm aiming... So I guess could you clarify? So, is the point of the internship? It's a 4 to 6 month internship, and then they're going to offer you a job. Is that the idea of that? Because it didn't look like it was the choice between job and internship. It was just whether you want to do the job. Yeah. Okay, I would definitely do that. I would definitely go for the 4 to 6 month internship if you're certain. If you're relatively certain that they're going to actually, be true to their word and give you the job. Obviously, with these things, it's always a toss-up. Companies, here's the thing: companies lie. All of them do, even the best ones, even the ones that you go to and you're like, oh my god, everyone's so nice here, everyone's lovely, they treat me like I'm family. No, they don't. They may initially, but the issue is all companies lie. Yes, companies would lie to you. Absolutely. Companies love lying, in fact. Because it's not illegal. Because that's the thing, you can come up with so many reasons not to give somebody a promotion or not to give somebody a job. And it's very difficult, even if you think they were never intending to give you a job. It's very difficult to prove that. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously if you've got some time, because it seemed like you said like it was next year, look around, see if you can get another job, but... just go for it. And here's the other thing: you're not beholden to that company for anything. Okay, here's the best career advice I can give, other than don't trust your company, is don't feel like you owe a company absolutely anything. You do not owe them jack shit. All right, you don't owe a company anything. That you don't owe them for giving you a job, for giving you your first job. They were literally looking for somebody to hire, all right? They didn't do you a favor, right? So, yeah. Don't feel like you owe a company anything. And I feel like this is what a lot of people do is they're like, oh, well, this company believed in me at the start and they gave me this, they took me on, so I'll work here for, 5 years or something. It's like, no. work there until you don't want to work there, or until something else comes up that you want to do. I don't think he said. I don't think he said that there was a job instead of an internship. The way he said it was this company. He did an internship for them last year. They've offered him a 4 to 6 month internship, and then after that, they're going to offer him a job. If there's a job right now and it's the thing, internship means so many things. Is it a paid internship? I don't know. Something it struck me. I don't think he's in the US. So in the US, internships vary, but most of them aren't paid, which is the dumbest thing ever. But so if it's the thing. If it's a job, it's not a paid internship. Okay, I mean. It's the thing is, if you feel you got to trust the company at some point. If you trust the company, then go for it, and you know, at least it's with an internship in cybersecurity. It is something you can put on your resume, right? A person looking at your resume isn't going to be like, oh, it was only an internship. Said no to a coding job. If your aim is to get into cybersecurity, then I could understand that. I can understand saying no to a coding job and going for an internship in cybersecurity instead. So yeah. There's another message later because I said no to a lot of job offers. I honestly, like I said, cybersecurity is difficult to break into. If you trust this company and they're giving you a 4 to 6 month internship, and then after that, the idea is you would get an actual job with them. I mean, that's a way into the industry. Why not put BS jobs in resume for experience? Do not do that. Do not lie on your resume. You can exaggerate stuff on your resume, all right? You can put the, you know, if you helped do some task for some product that a company is, you can definitely put that you worked on that product in your resume, even if it was just tangentially, all right? That's the thing. You can exaggerate a little bit on your resume, all right? But don't just flat out lie. Don't be like, oh, I worked here, here, and here, because on the off chance they do check, that's not good. But yeah. What I would say is getting into cyber is definitely difficult. It's hard to get into cyber from a coding, just uniquely coding background as well, right? Especially if you can just instantly get into cyber through this internship. I think the key point here is there's no perfect answer to this question. I'm just giving my personal advice. I would choose the internship that has the job offer at the end of it. Because ultimately, if you don't, even if they turn around at the end of the internship and it's like, sorry, we can't take you on, times have changed, whatever, you know, you've still got the experience of that internship. That's experience, that counts. It sounds like you did an internship for them last year as well, so that's probably close to a year of experience. And you apparently have been getting job offers, so it's not like, you know, job offers are just going to sort of stop, right? So, yeah. I would go for experience in the field that you actually ultimately want to end up in over a job in another field just because it's a job, personally. Was hacking an easy machine? Wondered why neither Hashcat nor John would crack a simple NTLM hash. Turns out the almighty RockU doesn't have password 123 exclamation point. I mean, yeah, that kind of makes sense. So here's the thing about RockU. It's a really bad word list. Does anyone know why it's called RockU out of interest? Maybe we'll do a little history lesson. Does anyone know the story of Rock You, or should I just tell the story of Rock You? Used to be the most common passwords. No. It did not used to be the most common password. Redacted because it's from the Rock You. Exactly, but it's a good. It was good for the time. So yeah, Rock You used to be this social networking kind of tangentially related site, I believe. And they had, yeah, here we go, December 2009. So we're talking, we're talking over 15 years ago. They experienced a data breach. I believe it was an SQL injection, right? So here's the thing about this data breach. They had 32 million user accounts. They were not storing data. They were not storing user passwords in hashes. So, and even in 2009, that was known that you should do that. Okay? It was known that you should be storing passwords using hashes. And so when 32 million user accounts, yeah, salted passwords, salted hashes, whatever. 32 million user accounts got leaked. That's 32 million passwords, not unique passwords, but just passwords that were completely unhashed. This was amazing at the time. Why? Because you can generally, obviously, crack hashed passwords pretty easily if they're basic, right? But there are going to be hashes in the list of, hashes for any kind of site, which you're just not going to be able to crack. And that's not necessarily because they're weak. It might just be simply you don't have enough time. You don't think of the exact, if you're cracking hashes without any word lists, or, you're using word lists plus masks and various kinds of attacks, it really depends. You may just not think of the right mask to apply to the word list, right? It might just be a weird word. There could be a multitude of reasons why you don't crack a hash. And it's not necessarily that the password being stored in that hash is complicated. It might just be that, it's complicated enough, right? So what the advantage of the Rock You data leak was, we suddenly had 32 million passwords. And I believe after uniquing them all, it was something like 13 million or something, right? However large Rock You is, right? The Rock You TXT list. So here's, it was 13 million unique passwords, but they were all unhashed. So they were just there. They were out there. These were the passwords that people were using. At least 32 million people were using at the time. And you didn't have to crack any of them. So the list contained passwords that weren't cracked before, right? So it gave a lot of insight into people's choice of passwords. Now, the unfortunate thing about Rock You, and the reason why I really don't like it, even though it's like the go-to list for some stupid reason, the problem with Rock You is I believe they didn't even have any kind of password complexity rules on their site. So I believe the minimum length of password could be 6, and that was it. If you could do anything else. So the problem is, if you don't, and we can debate about whether password complexity rules are useful or not. Personally, I don't think they are. But the point is, if you don't even, try to persuade your users to use good passwords, generally speaking, most of them aren't. So it doesn't surprise me that password 123 with an exclamation point isn't in Rock You. Because unless you're typing a password in and the thing is like, oh, you have to use an uppercase letter. So you're like, oh, great, okay, uppercase P. You have to use numbers. Oh, okay, I'll put 1 on the end. You have to use more than one number. Oh, okay, I'll put 1, 2, 3. Now you got to use a special character, exclamation point. Unless you're actually forced to go through that, password 1, 2, 3 with an uppercase P and an exclamation point at the end is actually a pretty rare password for people to voluntarily choose, right? Most people aren't going to voluntarily choose that as their password unless they are forced into a situation where it's the thing that they think of. And in Rockyu's case, it just isn't, apparently. You just checked it's on Rockyu? Well, some guy said it wasn't, so I don't know. So who was it who said it wasn't? Someone said it wasn't. It was Michael. Said password 1, 2, 3 exclamation point wasn't in Rockyu. I mean, I can check. I have Rockyu. I need to unzip Rockyu, I guess. Into sudo gunzip it. Either way, there are probably some that don't, right? You don't actually. You shouldn't do cat. You can just use grep and then pass the file. Oh no, it's pass with a capital P though. You need to use the capital P. Was that? Did you do that? Yeah, it's not in there. Capital P is not in there. There is one with 2 exclamation points. Maybe I should share my screen. That would be what a professional streamer would do. See? Password 1, 2, 3 with 2 exclamation points here. That's in there, but password 1, 2, 3 uppercase P with 1 exclamation point not in there. But yeah, okay. Yeah, but this one is. So there you go. But yeah, by the way, don't do cat into grep, because cat will literally output the entire file into the buffer and then pipe it into grep, which is can be very slow if the file is big. Just use this syntax. At least in this syntax, grep will load the file line by line and read through it, and it's slightly better for memory. Can that be resolved with a simple rules attack? Absolutely, but that's not the point here. The point was he couldn't crack the hash because he was running Rockyu against it, and the password wasn't in Rockyu. And then we got onto the reason why Rockyu is bad, and the reason Rockyu is bad is there's multiple reasons, but ultimately it's because it's a list from 2009. Yeah, and it used. The problem is it doesn't use up-to-date passwords. It doesn't use complexity rules. So obviously it's not going to have a bunch of crap in it, right? We are in 2025. Why bother that file is big when doing grep? What do you mean? I'm not sure I understand. What's the password site I use? God, I completely forgot. Hang on a minute. Aha. There we go. Okay. What is it? Okay. This is the site I would use. It's called weakpass.com. Weakpass. Love this site. This is a collection of various word lists. But you can so there's ones you can use in online attacks, right? So smaller ones. You got the big ones, the beefy boys, and you can see the size of them, right? So yeah, I have this one. I've used this one for cracking before. It uses 262 gigabytes. But honestly, so these Rock You 2024s are dumb. I hate that they're called Rock You. Don't believe they have nothing to do with Rock You. All they are, right? All they are is quote unquote, this is what we think an up-to-date Rock You would look like. They're not related to any Rock You breach. I don't really, honestly, I'm not even sure we should be using these, but so yeah. I've used several of these. I've used the Bones ones. I think that's how you pronounce it. So there's a bunch, right? I've used top 2 billion probable before. I actually have a bunch of these. I wonder if I can share properly. Probably can't share. Maybe I can share this. Okay, I can share this. All right. So I have a second volume. I have two volumes in my on my computer. One's a 2 terabyte. This is where I store my password lists. But yeah, there's a bunch here. So you can see the Dickasat. For some reason, I have the zipped 32.9 gigabyte 7-zip file. This is the actual file, which is not going to load the preview. Does it actually tell you down here? Hang on. If I click it. Yeah, 262 gigs. Yeah. That one, I wouldn't use it unless you absolutely had to, because honestly, it takes a while for Hashcat to load that damn thing. So yeah. Honestly, WeakPass though. WeakPass.com is amazing. Love this site. I think does it have rainbow tables? I think these are rainbow tables. Oh no, maybe they're just okay. Are they just pre-computed? Okay. These are just lookup tables, right? These aren't technically rainbow tables. But yeah. They also do their own WeakPass. They rate these S tier. I don't know if they're S tier or not. I do all my cracking on my GPU though, so I don't do cracking on my VM. I do cracking on I usually actually use Hashcat on my Windows PC. I think for some reason it only really works if you use PowerShell, but I use PowerShell, so I have that. Yeah. What about fizzing APIs? I'm not sure about fizzing APIs, but I can definitely talk about fuzzing APIs. Sorry, I'm just being I'm being a jerk. All right, this is where you go to online. You click online here, wordlists. So these are all small, right? So 1K. This is the count, the number of actual passwords in them. So these are all online safe. So basically, you know, this is 1,000 requests. But if you want more, right, you can go to Tiny, I guess. Tiny, look at them. You probably don't want to do these huge ones. But look, there are a bunch here you could try. And obviously, look at the name and see what they are. Obviously, British words, probably not. I really want to download this. What is British words? Why is it an F rank? 0% crack. Can we download this? Now I'm just interested in what is in the British words. Oh, is it just... Oh my god, it's all the misspellings. It's all the fun ways that British people misspell words. Yeah, so sometimes British people spell aeroplane instead of airplane, and they love S's. British people love S's. I'm allowed to say this as an ex-Brit. They got asses and arses. Authorizations. God. Who says authorizations, honestly? Yeah. That's fun. Yeah, spelling curb with a K instead of a C. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Now who's being cheeky? I'm allowed to be cheeky. This is my stream. All right, yeah, so definitely weakpass.com, super useful site. This is where I would download any. It beat up hashes. I think it was hashes.org, right? Was the old one. But love this site. But honestly, if you go to the big list, I mean, look at all these. So many. And just choose, just choose whichever one you think is going to work for you. Like, look into what if you like go here. I think sometimes so it'll tell you. Sometimes it does tell you where it came from. Like, I mean, it's hashes.org, so this is literally hashes.org, right? But like, it'll tell you, okay, well, this one has passwords of length 8. So this one, by the way, will not work if you have. Oh no, it does. Okay, 5 and 6. So it does go down to 5 length passwords. But we've also you got stats on the masks, right? Top 10 masks. It's got some examples. Super useful site. Love it. Well, how much overlap? Quite a lot. There will definitely be overlap. The issue, and I've tried doing this, and I'm sure that there's a fancy way of fixing these, but like the problem with doing any kind of merging of massive password lists is honestly it's one of just scale. If you have, I mean, let's just take the biggest one, right? Let's just say we wanted to merge all-in-one with Dick Assassin, because all-in-one Latin is technically all-in-one, but with everything that isn't Latin removed. So let's say we want to merge all-in-one with Dick Assassin. Well, that's 26.92 billion passwords in this list, right? 26.92 billion, and then you've got 23.11 billion in this list. So even if, and I'm not even sure if this is sorted. This might not be sorted. If it's sorted, it's slightly better, but you basically still have to build some kind of indexing system, right? You would have to build some kind of indexing system to be like, okay, where does like the B's start? Like, what line do the B's start? Because obviously you don't want to just take the first word in Dick Assassin and just look through each line in all of one until you find it, right? That would be slow. That would be very slow. You need to do some kind of sorting and indexing, and that's going to take a lot of overhead and be really annoying. So this is probably why nobody has merged these big lists. It's just, it doesn't really make much sense. The time it would take would be insane. So yeah. Man, API endpoint. Can you give me an example? So what, you're fuzzing APIs? There's FuzzDB. I believe FuzzDB has some API stuff. Usually in Discovery. Discovery's a pretty good bet. No. URI scheme? Maybe not. There are some API fuzzing lists. Fuzzling. Oh my god, we need to create a fuzzling. Whatever a fuzzling is. There are some API fuzzing lists you can find, I swear. But honestly, Seclist has API? Yeah, that's a good call. Seclists, FuzzDB are pretty much my go-tos. And then for passwords, it would be WeakPass. Is it discovery or fuzzing? This is the thing, your web content. API, there we go. Lovely, look at all that. API stuff. Alright. What are we going to do, chat? What are we going to do? Try hack me, I guess? Oh god, what am I doing? Try hack me. Yeah, so I should be streaming on Wednesday as well. My payment card will expire soon. Well, thanks. I did know that, but okay, whatever. That was the interesting thing that happened the other day. PayPal was like, your card's been used for weird transactions, and we blocked it because I have one of my on my PayPal account. I have one of my credit cards linked, and it was like, so here's my. I'm gonna rant about PayPal. I do like PayPal. Firstly, I understand PayPal is horrible. There are bad things about PayPal. I just use it because it's easy. Anyway, PayPal were like, we detected some fraudulent activity. Someone tried to use your credit card. We blocked it. I'm like, okay. And then I was like, and I logged on, and it was like, oh, you need to go to the app to find out what happened. I'm like, why? I'm in your goddamn web app. You're telling me I can't, in the web app, find out what the heck you're talking about when you're telling me that my card was used for some reason. And we're like, nope, you gotta go to the app on your phone. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I got on the app on my phone, and all it does is it tells me the same thing. It's like, oh, by the way, your card was used, we blocked it. And then they're like, you should contact your credit card company and get them to reissue it. And I'm like, okay, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here because I want you to tell me what actually, because it's entirely possible they just blocked a transaction that was supposed to happen. Right? And they didn't. Like, I have no idea what they're talking about. I don't know what they mean by somebody tried to use, because that's the thing. Surely if PayPal is reporting that, that means somebody had access to my PayPal account. But I don't understand how that happens, because my PayPal account has two-factor authentication on it. So I'm super, and nothing else seems to, like, I checked my credit card. Like, I logged into my credit card account, and my credit card's fine. Like, nobody's using it. Like, there are no weird transactions actually on my credit card. So I have no idea what the heck is going on with PayPal. That's my little mini rant. All right. Challenges, or... Oh, no, we should probably... Honestly, their interface is so confusing now. Alright. I'm not gonna complain. Difficulty easy. Okay, so last time we did Silver Platter. That was fun. Insecure randomness. Learn how incorrectly configured randomness can lead to application compromise. Okay, it's a walkthrough, but okay. Lights, lo-fi, and insecure. We'll do a poll. How about that? Because we've done everything else, pretty much. Supply chain attacks. Purple teaming. Nah. All right. We're gonna do a poll on Twitch. Which room? Lights, lo-fi, and insecure random. There you go. You have a minute to vote on Twitch if you're on Twitch. If you're not on Twitch, sorry. Your voice does not count, apparently. Hey, Fishbone, I'm not sure if you're new here or not, but please don't. You're not new here. You've been following a year. Please, like when you join the chat, it does say please don't backseat hack. So, like, don't do that, because that's the point of this stream. Isn't it's okay if that's the answer. But there are people who are watching right now who don't know what you just said. And I also just like solving the boxes. It's fine. I'm not mad. Just please don't do it again. Like, if I want a hint, I will ask for a hint. People who watch my streams know I'm not above asking for a hint if I need a hint. Okay? But the point is, some people are very new. And we do these easy boxes because they haven't seen this stuff before. Alright, so I do need to connect to the VPN, so... Hack me... Alright. Hey, Blizzbits! Have you already done the web cache, deception, labs, and ports we're on stream? I think we did, actually. I think we did some of them. I believe we did them a few weeks ago. So you're on YouTube, I see. So if you check out the live tab on the YouTube, you should see all the past live streams. I don't know if it had been on Web App Wednesday or not. But I believe we did do some of them. I think it might have been before Christmas, though. Okay, insecure randomness occurs when web applications. Oh, I should probably zoom in because web applications use predictable or poorly generated random values, making them vulnerable to attacks. Okay, immediately I don't. Yeah, okay, this is fine. I don't know why they. I guess this is a web application, but this insecure randomness is not a thing that web applications just do. Insecure randomness can happen at any. It's not like only web applications are vulnerable to insecure randomness, folks. So insecure randomness can happen when anything uses predictable or poorly generated random numbers, not just web apps. While randomness is essential for securing tokens, session IDs, cryptographic keys, insecure implementation can allow attackers to exploit these predictable values to bypass authentication, hijack sessions, or even decrypt sensitive data. In this room, we will explore techniques to identify and exploit vulnerabilities caused by insecure randomness. This will provide you with the knowledge to assess and enhance the security of web applications by ensuring proper random number generation practices. Love it. All right. So we need to understand insecure randomness, the types of random number generator, weak or insufficient entropy, and predictable seeds. Okay. Understand the following topics. Protocols and servers, I probably just understand that. One of my most popular YouTube videos is an hour-long video where we solve this, so I've definitely done that room. Okay. You can start... Oh, that was funny, actually. Hang on. Sorry. I don't know. Some people really just I don't understand why they leave comments. This is my YouTube channel, by the way. Please go subscribe. We're almost at 20,000. So, I pinned this comment. Started off with criticism, so I skipped this dude. I can't be learning from someone who starts his lessons with so much negativity. It will affect my learning negatively. My reply, by the way, was literally just that, and then I pinned his comment. The starting it negatively was literally it was 2 to 3 minutes of me just talking about why I didn't really like the OWASP top 10. I thought it was pretty tame considering the kind of stuff I've said about OWASP. I thought it was a pretty tame criticism of the OWASP top 10. But apparently, oh no, can't be having opinions. Like, it was just, honestly, if he just said like, oh, I wish you hadn't started the video like that, I wouldn't have pinned it. It was the so much negativity. Like, Jesus Christ, it's like I insulted the OWASP top 10's mother or something. Oh god. Anyway, I don't know. I don't care for those people. Like, it wasn't negative. I thought I was actually being, quite fair. So yeah, whatever. Some people just can't take even slight negativity, I guess. All right. Access the web app. You may need to add the hostname. You must need to add the hostname to your OS or attack box. Okay. So we will do that. Let's copy this. Actually, what we'll do, we'll cheat. We're going to use Burp Suite. So we've got Burp Suite up here. We're going to go down to network DNS. And we're going to add the IP address down here. And random.thm is going to be the hostname. And then anything proxied through Burp should use this to override the hostname. So that's the plan. Open the browser and go to this. Okay, well that didn't copy. There we go. Does it work? It did. Lovely. All right, let's oh shit, I don't have the. No. Okay. Well, we're going light mode. Sorry, guys. All right. I'm ready to start the room. I am ready. Okay, let's do this. A few important concepts. Randomness refers to the lack of pattern or predictability in data, making it an essential component in secure systems. In cryptography, true randomness ensures an attacker cannot predict values such as keys, tokens, and nonces. If you are living in the UK, this word means something very different. Yes, it was very humorous when you tried to teach cryptography in the UK. I studied cryptography at college. Just absolutely, if you've never seen a bunch of 18, 19, 20-year-olds just hysterically laughing because the professor has used the word nonce in cybersecurity, yeah. A nonce is... let's just... I don't want to get demonetized. Let's just say it's a word that begins with P and ends in file. And that's what a nonce is in the UK. So, yeah. But what it actually stands for is number used once. There's no U, it's just N once. So it's a number used once. That's important. But yes, it's hilarious that it's called nonce. Anyway, we'll explore how randomness is generated and the distinction between true random number generators, TRNG, and pseudo-random number generators, PRNG. Entropy represents the amount of randomness or unpredictability in a system and is often used to assess the security of cryptographic keys, tokens, or random values. Higher entropy indicates greater uncertainty, making it more difficult for attackers to predict or guess the values, which is essential for secure cryptographic operations. Low entropy can lead to weak security, increasing the risk of attacks like brute forcing or token prediction. Cryptographic set keys are secret values used in algorithms to encrypt and decrypt data, ensuring confidentiality, integrity, and authentication. They are critical components in symmetric and asymmetric encryption methods and must be securely generated and managed to prevent authorized access. The strength of a cryptographic key depends on its length and randomness. Good so far. I agree with all of this stuff. Session tokens and unique identifiers are used to maintain user sessions and track interactions in web applications. They must be securely generated with sufficient randomness and uniqueness to prevent token prediction and session hijacking. Proper management and protection of these tokens are essential to ensure secure user authentication and authorization. This clearly written by a UK person. I mean, TryHackMe is a UK company, so let's change that to a "the" in our imaginations. All right, seeding. Seeding refers to providing an initial value known as a seed to a secure cryptographic function to generate a sequence of random-looking numbers. While these secure functions produce numbers that appear random, the sequence is entirely determined by the seed, meaning the same seed will always result in the same sequence. You can actually see that with Python random seed. Yes, so we could actually display this. So if we do here, if we run Python and we import random, and then we just do random dot seed, random, okay, random dot random, right? If we do this, we always get random numbers, right? Lovely. If random.seed 10. Okay, so we do random.seed. Let's just do 1337. If we now call random, okay, so 0.6177, 0.5332. Okay, now let's go back and set the seed again, and we should. Oh, look, it's a perfect match. So this is where we set the seed first. Then we chose random, and it generates the exact same number. And if we run it again, oh look, it's the exact same number. This is because this is not actually a random number generator. It's not a true random number generator. It's a pseudo random number generator. Right? But this is actually very useful because it means that even if you want something that looks kind of random, you can actually, you can, as long as you know a seed value, you can make sure that it will always generate the same random sequence no matter where it's running, right? So if you need two distinct computer systems to generate the same stream of random numbers, or random numbers, right? If you're okay with them being pseudo-random, but you need them to be identical even on two completely separate computer systems that are not connected by a network, you can provide a unique seed value. And this seed value can be anything, right? I'm pretty sure you can you do like words? Yeah, you can do words. So you could literally just, you could freaking do this. And if I reset it, we get the same random number. So seeding, this is actually not a bad thing that you can do this. This is actually super useful. Because it means that you need... This is ultimately... You know how your two-factor authentication code on your devices, like Google Authenticator? You ever wonder how... You know, you've got it on your device, right? It's literally on your device, and Google Authenticator does not contact any kind of server. Google Authenticator is networkless, at least it should be. But that value, right, is only valid for 30 seconds, and then suddenly it's a new value, and that's only valid for 30 seconds. And then it's a new value, and it's valid for 30 seconds. You ever wonder how the server, when it asks you, when you log in, it's like, hey, type in your two-factor authentication code. You ever wonder how it knows how your code's correct? This is how. When you generated your code to set it up, so when you enabled two-factor authentication, right, it generated that QR code that you scanned, right? It generated the QR code, and as part of that generation process, it saves a seed value, right, on your account, on the server, and that same seed value is contained within that QR code, and then when you scan it, it's on your phone. And so it knows instantly, because it has that seed value, it can calculate instantly whatever value it needs to know at whatever point in time. It's a combination of the seed value and the current time. All right? Because they only last 30 seconds. So there you go. That's how that works. That's why this is super useful, because without that, two-factor authentication would be a pain in the ass. All right. So, what measures the amount of randomness or unpredictability in a system? Entropy, right? Is it good practice to keep the same seed value for all cryptographic functions? It's not. Wait, what? What were you questioning? I believe it's so what? Well, it is time intervals, but I think what they do is they round to the nearest 30 seconds. That's what. So I think it's if you're at, what's the time now? God, I have a watch on. So currently, right, it's 3:18, and let's say it's 3:18 and 12 seconds. What it'll do is it'll probably round down to 3:18. And then once you hit 3:18 and 30 seconds, it'll round down to 3:18 and 30 seconds. So even if it's 3:18 and 59 seconds, it'll get rounded down. So it's time-based, but yeah, it's time interval-based. But it's still time-based, right? You still have to fetch the current time, round down, and apply that to the seed value, and then the random number generator will say, this should be the current token. But yeah. It's pretty cool. Okay, true random number generator, TRNG. TRNGs generate randomness by relying on unpredictable physical phenomena like thermal noise or radioactive decay. Since these generators stem from natural events, they produce inherently random values. So yeah, these do not have seeds, or they shouldn't. Wait a minute, do they? Why do they have... Hang on. Is that just... Okay, that's just to initialize it. Oh, they're saying it's... Okay, the seed values. Yeah. Okay, this kind of makes sense, but still, it's... The point is you don't know what this seed... Like, the seed is always random, so it doesn't... It's weird calling it a seed. But maybe it's not, I don't know. Anyway, TRNGs are commonly used in highly sensitive cryptographic operations, such as generating keys for algorithms like RSA and ECC. I don't know if I'd say that. I wouldn't say they're commonly used for that. Because that's the thing.
Just redeemed Marble Race.
We'll do a marble race in a sec. Here's the thing. I don't believe most computers actually have a way of generating true random numbers. They kind of do, but should we do the cat trick, the cat U random trick? Let's see, U random. No, it's dev U random. So this is the random number generator in Linux, and it's different from dev random. In I believe dev U random is the better one, or maybe it's the reverse. You can never random versus U random. Oh, there's no difference now? I swear there used to be a goddamn difference. random used to block. Okay, I wasn't going crazy. I guess they both use the same thing now. Anyway, random used to block if there was less entropy. So back in the day, it was kind of funny. You could, if you had a Linux laptop of some kind that was running an old version, you could cat dev random and like move the mouse around and it would generate more random numbers. Like that was a kind of funny thing. So basically, if it didn't have enough entropy in the system to generate random numbers, it would kind of just, it wouldn't stop, but it would slow down. If you like wiggle your cursor around, it uses that as random noise because most people move their cursors in a weird way. Like, you know, so yeah, I remember doing that. But yeah, that was funny. All right, let's do a marble race before we continue. But I don't agree with. I wouldn't agree with commonly used here. They can be used like this. And yeah, someone brought up the fact that Cloudflare uses lava lamps for this. This is kind of a cool thing that Cloudflare do. So obviously Cloudflare have to deal with quite a few million encryptions probably every second. And so they have a really weird way of generating random numbers. They have 100 lava lamps, and they have a camera, like an IP cam, that takes photos of the lamps at regular intervals, sends the images to the server, and then basically they use those images to generate random numbers. And I've heard I don't know if it's true or not. I heard they they didn't use a high-end camera because the lower-end cameras introduced noise. Like the noise was good for encryption, basically. Like the fact that some pixels would be slightly off because the camera wasn't that good. I don't know if that's true. I think I heard a rumor about that once, but yeah, it kind of makes sense though. You want so much random source. But yeah, so this is kind of funny. All right, let's do marbles. All right, race menu. Okay, let's do a community map because we haven't done a community map yet. Sure. Alright, exclamation point play in chat on Twitch if you want to play. If you're not on Twitch, you cannot play. Sorry, just how the game works. But we've got 88 viewers on Twitch. Holy crap. Okay, thank you. That's like the most amount of people I've had on Twitch for a while. Did someone raid me? I don't think they did. If someone raided me, I do apologize. Oh my god, people have been resubscribing and I just haven't been reading it because I'm a dick.
Thank you for
Redacted, thank you for resubscribing to Prime. 31 months. New stream Who Dis, indeed. Popita, resubscribed for 2 months at tier 1. They've been subscribed for 2 months. Thank you so much. A lot of follows as well. Omar Badran, Eos Gondrith, Machiavellian Alloy, love that name. Boogerman 311, also good name. Kevy Track, XXX, Ghost XXX, Jack Fuh. Alright. Oh, there's a hole. Who's going to be the first to the hole? It's Omar. Pebble out in the front there with blue screen ZA. Ooh. Looks like Pebble is taking the lead. Blue screen, ooh. Close behind, though. Well, if you are new here, by the way, and I see we have got some new followers, yeah, check out my socials. I'm not sure the bot's working. Maybe I should fix the bot after this. I do have a YouTube channel as well. Trying to get more content on that. Please go subscribe. I also have a podcast that releases every other Friday. Aeonakon, I'm sorry you're a bit late to play, but maybe we'll do another one. Ooh. Looks like Highlander made it through. Highlander still could technically beat the world record. They have 16 seconds to do it. It's not impossible. It's very unlikely. Given these blocks here, look. Oh. Oh my god, I think you did it. Wow, I think we just beat the world record on this map. You know what that means, chat? That means that's an instant voucher if that's correct. Pretty sure that's what that means. 2 seconds, 2.392 seconds. Highlander beat the world record on this map with. Turns out wasn't so unlikely. Alright, who's in last? Who's in... B7, what are you doing? Oh, caught in this bit. The flames are going to get you, unfortunately. You're just not fast. Oh, wait a minute. Who hasn't... Oh, there we go. Okay. World record! Highlander! Alright, that means you get a voucher. What do you want? I got Try Hack Me, Hack the Box, Pen Test Labs. What do you want, Highlander? The 1 month voucher for beating the record on a map we weren't even going to do a giveaway on. Give it to somebody else. Oh my goodness, so many generosity. Root Hunter is in second place, so Root Hunter, do you want a voucher? If so, which one? Hack the Box, Try Hack Me, Pen Test Labs. And then we'll try and get the bot fixed. Rough Landings, thank you for the follow.
Thank you for following.
Try Hack Me, awesome. That means I definitely have run out of Try Hack Me vouchers. So I will need to go buy some more. Alright. It's all good. Okay.
Thank you for following.
Oh, apparently you've whispered me before, Root Hunter, and I've completely not responded. I don't think you do lose your VIP status, but there we go. Okay, that should be the code. Alright, excellent. So, let's go back to the hacky. Alright. These keys are then used in tasks like encryption, digital signatures, and certificate creation, where unpredictability is crucial for security. However, true random number generators require specialized hardware, with the S doing all the work there, and can be slower than other RNGs, making them less suitable for tasks requiring rapid number generation. As shown in the above figure, the basic workflow includes capturing a seeding value from a natural, unpredictable physical source. This value is then fed into hardware that performs a non-deterministic transformation to generate a sequence of truly random, unpredictable numbers. The output of TRNGs cannot be predicted or reproduced, making them ideal for high-security cryptographic operations. That's why I'm confused with the seed. But I guess it does make sense. Because my take on a seed value is if you plug the same seed value in, you should get the same thing out. That's always been what seed means to me. But this is saying this is non-deterministic transformation. And what that means is if something's non-deterministic, then if you plug the same seed in, you can't get the same number out. Like, you could plug the same... this could be 1, and you get a different number every single time. So that's what I'm a bit confused about. But that's okay. It's okay to be confused. Cryptography is actually kind of confusing. Alright, pseudo-random number generators, PRNGs. Unlike true random number generators, generate random numbers algorithmically. That's a hard word to say. Based on initial seed value. While they may appear random, they are deterministic, meaning the same seed will always produce the same sequence of numbers. PRNGs are faster and more efficient than TRNGs and are suitable for applications that quickly need large quantities of random numbers, like simulations or gaming. However, since they are algorithmic, predictability becomes a risk if an attacker can deduce the seed or its generation method. And we kind of saw that, right? So, if you... well, I mean, I've randomized it now, but if you know the seed for Python's random number generator, you can literally just hack that. We'll examine 2 primary types of PRNGs, statistical and cryptographic, focusing on the differences and specific applications. Statistical PRNGs are designed to produce numbers that pass statistical randomness tests, meaning the numbers appear random and lack obvious patterns. These generators are widely used in non-security applications such as simulations, statistical sampling, and gaming, where randomness is required, but not in a security-critical context. So I think this is Python random versus secure random. Secrets. Yeah. So the random, if you ever use the random module in Python, this is extremely fast, and if you generate enough these random numbers, they distribute evenly, okay? So if you were generating random numbers between 0 and 9, right, then if you generate 1,000 numbers between 0 and 9, you would expect roughly 100 zeros, 100 ones, 100 twos, etc. Okay? With and it's fine, but it's algorithmic, right? So it's deterministic always. It's just the algorithm's well designed so that it looks random enough. It's not actually random. Secrets, again, not actually random, but far more random than the random module. So secrets is the one you should be using for encryption in Python if you actually need to do proper encryption. Random is fine for everything else. If you're designing a game and you just need to determine, my character needs to take a random amount of damage between 0 and 5 HP of damage, you would use random. There's no need to use secrets. Okay. A CSPRNG is a form of PRNG designed for cryptographic purposes, where randomness must be unpredictable and resilient to attack. Yeah, basically all I just said. Alright, you prepare a game involving immediate interaction and random event simulation, but with no critical security requirements. Which type of RNG would be most appropriate? We should not use randomness in games. This is absolutely correct. Randomness does not belong in video games. I believe it's B, statistical. Based on what we just read. Alright, weak or sufficient entropy. This technique will cover a scenario where random number generators suffer from poor or insufficient entropy. As discussed earlier, entropy refers to the unpredictability or randomness in a system, often derived from sources like environmental factors, hardware noise, or user interactions. When these entropy sources are weak or insufficient, the generated random values are not truly random and become vulnerable to attacks. For example, if an encryption key is generated using low entropy data, such as a timestamp, an attacker could use this predictable information to reduce the complexity of finding the key. Poor entropy sources like system clocks, predictable user inputs can lead to weak randoms. Practical scenario, hooray! Finally. In this example, an attacker can exploit the predictability of the entropy source to determine the values produced by the random number generator. We will see how weak entropy in token generation leads to security vulnerabilities. We'll be using the vulnerable web app hosted here. There is a mail server there where the user will receive emails to reset passwords. The website provides a login feature, an option for users who have forgotten their password to request a reset link. Okay. User with the username victim has forgotten their password. Okay, so we need to go... We need to open up the mail as well, I guess. Hey, Zero Kieran. Alright, so we're going to go forgot password and enter victim. Okay. Why? Okay, right, so that worked. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, victim. Oh my god, it's really annoying. Remember me. Okay, good. So we have... Oh, it's literally just adding time. That's kind of funny. So basically the way they're generating the link is they're taking the victim username and just appending the timestamp. This isn't really... I don't understand why this isn't random at all. Like nothing... There was no random part of this. It would have been better if they'd used the time as a seed value. Yeah, alright, I mean, so this, I mean, the attack is kind of obvious, right? So even if you didn't have access to this, but you kind of suspected, like, you could use just your own attack. So say that let's say that we weren't logged in as victim, we just did our own sort of password reset, and we noticed that, actually, let me show you how we can do this. Because let's just keep sending reset links. And maybe do... Go to intruder. Sniper attack is fine. Null payloads. Generate 100. Is my numlock not enabled? There we go, 100. And resource pool. Let's do a delay though. Let's do a 100 millisecond delay. With random variations, sure. And we'll do 5. Alright, so we then go back to here. We should have quite a lot of email now. Yeah. I wonder, does it actually grab us all of the data at some point? Okay, it does. So, what you could potentially do, right? You could write a script to just extract all of these values, and I'm trying to think. You know what we'll do? We'll just write. We'll write some PHP because I want to show you how I do it in real life. So it's using Python, but we can just use. Screw it. Sorry, it's using PHP. We use Python. What is this box called, by the way? Insecure randomness. All right. Gen.py. We need to import time because I want to do a sleep. And then what is just the timestamp in Python? Python timestamp. I've misspelled timestamp. It shouldn't matter. Time in seconds. Time.time. Excellent. So what we want to do is we want to go for I in range. We're just going to generate 100 of these. We want to print victim plus, and then we want to convert this to a string. We want to do time dot time, and then we want to do time dot sleep. And time dot sleep, is that actually? I want to make sure. Is it in milliseconds? Oh, it says QQQ. Hello. I so rarely use the sleep function in Python. I forget how do you sleep for milliseconds. Okay, so it is 2. So what I want to do is I want to sleep for 0.1. I think. Let's just see if that even works. It does. Oh, no, wait. Okay. So I do want to use the time function, but I want to use it... Can I just round this? I want to actually just get seconds. I don't care about the other crap. I guess I could just round it, right? I'm pretty sure I could just do a round. Round is a built-in function, right? There we go. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do tokens.txt. And you know what? Actually, instead of that, we'll do... Let's do 300. So I'm going to run it, tokens.txt. That should take like 30 seconds or something. But then what we're going to do, we're going to go with Burp Suite. We're going to go to the, honestly, the underappreciated tool in Burp Suite. We're going to go Sequencer. We're going to wait for this to generate. There we go, it's done. Go back to Burp, and we're going to go find it. It should be in Home, Kali, Try Hack Me, Insecure Randomness, Tokens.txt. these are all the tokens. And then we're going to use analyze now. Number of bits of entropy is bad. Forget how many you need to use for character level analysis, but bit level analysis is basically saying there is basically saying entropy is crap right now, I think. So there's a bunch of tests it runs. FIPS is a standard for processing this crap, but kind of effectively you can go along and see which bits change the most. And you can see in this usable bits of entropy is a really good bit conversion. So what this means is, obviously we're victim, right? The first six characters here do not change, right? They're always victim. So obviously there's 0 bits of entropy, right, in this character position. And then because this is a timestamp, almost all the first numbers aren't going to change either. In fact, the only numbers that do ever change are the last 3. Right? So this is what this graph is telling you. It's basically telling you the character in position 0 through 12 never changes. But characters 13, 14, and 15 do. And we can see that, right? Because the 15th character changes here from a 3 to a 4. This 9, presumably down here, changes to a 0. And this 5 changes to a 6. And this step thing, right, is highly indicative of a timing function. Okay? Or a counter. Because the last number, right, changes the most. The second to last number changes, but not as much. And the third to last number changes, but, not as much as the second number. So this is exactly how counting works, right? If you were just to count every second, the units change quite often. The tens still change quite often, but not as much. The hundreds don't change as often at all, right? And you just keep going down. If we gave enough values here, if we kept generating values, we would see more steps in this graph, right? And I guess what we could do, we could just make a counter. We could change gen.py, and then we could let's just do 10,000, right? And let's just assume that every second they are going to let's assume every second they're going to do a password reset. So what we're going to do is we're going to do let's do start equals round time.time. Then what we want to do here is we want to print start plus I. Okay, so we're gonna keep counting, and so basically we're gonna have an initial time value, and all we're doing in this for loop is adding a number to it each time. So it's just gonna increment. We don't need the time sleep now because we're kind of faking the result. And then if I do that, now we should have 10,000 values. If we go and we exit out, this is the intruder attack. We don't want that. We go and exit out of this, clear this, load the tokens again. Now we have 10,000 tokens. Let's analyze this. We unlock the character level analysis, but let's go to the bit level analysis again. Okay. So I think in this case, this is slightly different because the characters changed. The characters changed so much because we're literally counting every second. So yeah, that kind of does make sense actually. But I think if we go down to, we might see character level analysis is a bit better. Okay. So you can see these 4 characters were changing a lot. Don't use round. Yeah, I know round will mess up the seconds. It's fine. But you can use these summaries to kind of like show you how much entropy there is. And in this case, there's not much entropy at all, right? We're seeing that. There's hardly any entropy here. There's quite a lot of entropy here, right? Just because all these values change quite often. Not as much as like, so this one will obviously change the most, this one will change the second most, but ultimately they change enough that they're random-ish. But the other ones aren't. Does everyone understand that? Like, it's kind of complicated, but hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. We do need to at least use one of these random resets. New password, we're going to use password and then log in. All right. The master user. Okay. So what we can do now then, I guess, we can log out. We can send another forgot password to the victim. Oops. So now we have a starting point, right, for our attack. If we now do master, we don't have access to the master's email, right? But what we can do is we can go into Burp Suite. We can actually just send this value. So we know this, we did the victim request first, right? So we know we did the victim request first, so we can just start counting from this number. And if we go send this to intruder, what we need to do is we need to replace this master. Okay, and to be honest, we probably only need to fuzz these values. So I'm going to fuzz this 48. We're going to change it to a number. We're going to start at 48 and we're going to count all the way to 99, step up by 1 each time. So that should be fine. We'll start the attack, and then hopefully we should see, is there a length change? There we go. So all these responses, if we render them, invalid or expired token, but if we go to this one, oh look, reset password. So we should just be able to browse this again, and then we can set the password to password again. Is it master? Password. Does that make sense to everybody, what we just did? What is the PHP function used to create the token variable in the code above? Okay. Wait, what? Used to create the token variable. Is it just time? Cool. All right. Predictable seed in PRNGs. In this task, the focus shifts to cases where a predictable seed is used to initialize PRNGs. If the seed is weak or predictable, an attacker can reproduce the entire sequence of random numbers. These are severe vulnerabilities in systems that rely on these random numbers. An example of the impact of predictable seeding is capture systems, where the random value determining the capture challenge will be generated to detect a bot activity. If the seed used to initialize the PRNG is predictable, an attacker can predict the capture values ahead of time. allowing them to bypass capture and access restricted areas of the application without solving it. Okay, cool. In this scenario, we'll explore how using predictable seeds to generate tokens in a magic link login system can lead to a takeover. The magic link token is generated using PHP's mtrand function, which is seeded with a combination of the CRC32 value of the user's email address and a random constant. By analyzing the token generation process, an attacker can reverse engineer the seed and predict token values. Okay, so we need to go to case and go login with magic link. The website allows users to log in through magic links into the email. For demonstration, use the email this. Okay. Okay. Oh, crap. What? Thank fuck. I was like, jeez. Did I just... I don't know why it keeps doing that. Alright, magic at random, and then I guess we can log in testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright. Okay, so now we have this interesting token. So let's go analyze it. We're going to go to extensions, enable hackverter. Paste it into hackverter. This is clearly base64 encoded. And it's a number. Interesting. Okay. And that's just the server-side code. So we have a constant value. There's a PHP MT seed tool. Interesting. Oh, this is kind of cool. I've never actually tried this before. If you're not using it, download the original version here. Okay. This actually seems kind of useful and interesting. PHP empty seed. Okay. Let's make, I guess. So we want to give it the value that we got. That's kind of cool though that it can actually exploit this by it doesn't even need to know what format the original values are in. It's pretty cool. You write your own hash cracking script that uses weak-pass API to check hashes against the word list. That's kind of cool. Is the API free? I guess they rate limit it then. Okay. So I guess the question is, how do we put this back together? Oh, just subtract it. Interesting. I am gonna sneeze. Ugh. All right, so we can use CyberChef, which is the government version of Hackverter. Okay. Is it CRC 32? Yep. And so we should check with the value that we got. Oh, we need some output. Can we change the output value somehow? From base 16. Okay, that would be why. So this is that's last week's. And then we had all these, right? So we had all these values. Seed. Tracked from the well, the thing is we've identified multiple seed values, so I'm not sure which one. I imagine that we're supposed to use this one because it's the closest. I don't know. Okay, so either way, we're supposed to run this PHP file. Apparently. What am I doing? I should just go in here. I don't know. What do they call it? Magic.php. Let's just do that. Wait. This is a kind of weird way of doing it. They're like literally running the PHP code via a PHP server instead of just running the PHP code like normal. Like we don't have to do that. We can literally do. We can delete this. We can delete this if statement. And then we can literally just paste in the email address. Like, this isn't difficult. Check my whispers. I will in a sec. Okay, where's the email? Like, you can just run... PHP is a programming language. You can just run PHP. And then this is 1337. Right? And then we just do PHP. Magic. There. And honestly, we don't need to use BRs because we can just literally use new lines now. Which is much better. You know, we can even put a new line here. We don't need this stupid H. Like, this is... I don't know why they would do this, honestly. Oops. Like, PHP is a programming language. You can literally write scripts in PHP and just run them by using PHP. Okay, so now we have all these, but let's make it slightly better by taking out all this nonsense. Let's just print the token. We don't actually need to do anything other than print this token. We can even remove this goddamn thing here. There, and now we can try them all. Now we can just copy them into Intruder again. Oh wait, we were supposed to use another email, weren't we? All right. Well, we'll use this as a proof of concept because we technically have this one, but let's just do it anyway. So it was this magic link, send to intruder, and then we're going to flag this, copy all of these, and then simple list, paste them all in. We don't need, we do need to URL encode them actually, so we should start the attack. And hopefully one of them is or not. Oh, does it expire? Is that maybe why? Wait, what was the one that logged us in? It was this one. Okay, so I'm guessing that they expire. Expired magic. Okay. So if we log out and we log in with magic link again, and then we use this magic email again, now we should be able to use. Right, we should be able to run it again. I think. Repeat the attack. Oh, because it's redirecting. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, hang on. I should have realized that. We go to intruder. I need to go to the settings. I need to make sure we don't send the unmodified baseline request. Okay, so let's do it again. Magic, send magic link. Start attack. Okay, there we go. So that did work. But we should also be logged in now, right? No, okay. Well, now we know it's the same. Now we know it's the same on each time. We can just copy it. What am I doing? Alright, so we need to sign in as this person. So I can log out. Magic link. Magic link. And then we just need to edit our script. And this is going to be, what, HR at mail? Probably make sure the box hasn't expired. I'm sure we're almost there, but yeah. Okay, so now we have these. And what we can do is go to the intruder attack again. You know what, I'll just do test or something. We'll go to payloads, clear, paste them all in, start the attack. Now we should see, okay, it's this one. And so if I copy the URL again, send the magic link again, and then go to there. Yeah, we should log in as HR. Okay, that makes sense. Anyone not understand that? We kind of just, we're not really brute forcing, we're kind of doing weird stuff. What's the PHP function used to seed the RNG? Seed is this. No? Oh, MTS round. Or is it just is it just not? There we go. Mitigation methods. Cool. Pen testers identify weak randomness in code during code views. Application assessments look for weak use of random number generator. I mean, I'd never get code, so you have to use sequencer for that. Empty random rand, especially when generating sensitive, security sensitive values. I mean, that's also just PHP right there. That's not. It obviously depends on the value. It depends on the code, right? Programming language. Reverse engineer predictable tokens. Attempt to exploit predictable randomness by reverse engineering seed used in PRNGs. Tools like PHP empty seed, again only for PHP though. Test token exhaustion. If cryptographically secure pseudo-random number generators are not used, run brute force or replay attacks against generated tokens, session IDs, or other randomness dependent features. Secure code developers use cryptographically secure PRNGs. Such as these in PHP, or this in Java, or as we saw, secrets in Python. Avoid predictable seed values. That's kind of obvious. Regenerate randomness for every critical operation. Avoid reusing random values. That's important. And obviously use strong algorithms for key generation. Yes. Okay, which of the following can be considered as a weak seed value? All of the above. They're all weak. Oh, right. And we completed the room. Look at that. Any questions, chat?
Highlander 1968 just redeemed wheel spin.
Wheel spin, huh? We can do that. Wait. There we go. Ooh. It's a mob race. Almost cat time. Would you say try me is good value for someone with 6 years of IT experience looking to break into cybersec? Yeah, it might be a little bit easy. I mean, it depends. It depends on how much you know, obviously. If you're already kind of technical, Hack the Box might be a little better. The nice thing about Try Hack Me is there's a bunch of free stuff, so you can go look at the free stuff. And honestly, with Hack the Box as well. Let's do a standard map, actually. Season starts. Sure, let's do that. Exclamation point play, by the way, in chat. On Twitch. The last marble race of the stream, probably. I think we played this map before. I think it's just it's like a lazy river with a the heck? What it? Creepy. What is this? Is it like a skull or a hand? I don't know. Weird. All right. Oh, okay, 24 seconds. Exclamation point play if you want to play. All right. Lazy River Ride. Random Cyber M in the lead. Miles. No, actually. Oh my goodness, it's close. Oh. Miles DK. Oh, I got pushed back. QNS DNS. Can you weave your way through these? Oh, you cannot. All right. Rob M115. Rob Mees. Remember, you got to avoid the whirlpool. You got to get in. You got to go into the ring here. I don't know who. Oh, who was that? It's Havix. Oh yes, that was Havix. The yes, there we go. I think Root Hunter might get it. No. Ooh, QNS DNS gets there. Rob just keeps missing. And again. Is Rob gonna get it this time? Yay! Well done, Rob. I think maybe these people are, yeah, haven't. They're just having a grand old time, splishy splashing around. The flames are coming in though. You guys better hurry up if you want to look at the flames. They're gonna burn. Even though you're in the water, they're gonna burn. Oh no! Ain't just made it, I think. Ain't literally just made it in. Alright. Oh, I think low level just went live. Oh my goodness. I literally just saw that on my freaking phone. We're definitely going to raid low level. I haven't raided low level. Question is, should we wait for low level to actually come on stream, or should we just raid him right now? I guess we could talk for a bit. See, are there any questions about any of the stuff that we did? Again, I have video on Burp Suite Community Edition Turbo Intruder coming out on Wednesday. That should be fun. I got the podcast coming out on Friday. Across the Pondcast.net. GoPro Slow and I do not talk anymore, so I'm not going to raid him. For various reasons, but I'm not going to go into it. I am going to wait for low level TV to start. That's fine, you didn't know. So yeah, we'll wait for low level to start. I have got his stream up on my left hand screen. I take it you only do a temp project when you have to load this new add-on for burp each time. I actually have a I have this saved to a file right now because temp projects actually take up a lot of memory. It looks like low level has started though. Are there any questions before we raid? What should our raid message? It should be some kind of high level joke, right? Should it be like high level greater than low level? Like should be this? Let's do that. That's our raid message, okay? I posted it in chat, so if you're on Twitch, you should be able to see it. Copy high level greater than low level, and I'm gonna go type raid. Is it low level TV or low level? It is low level TV. Okay, low level TV. The raid has been created. All right, I'm gonna go. Stream ending. Alright, appreciate everybody on the screen of my socials. Please follow me on Twitter, join the Discord server, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and give me a follow on Twitch. If you're not already, follow me on Twitch. I should hopefully be back on Wednesday at the same time for Web App Wednesday. That'll be the web app content. Make sure you copy that raid message. We're going to raid with 77 viewers, and we're going to paste high level greater than low level into the chat. Okay, so get ready for it. Alright, take care everybody.